Hi, I'm Renee and a really warm welcome to the Zestee Social Media School Week 1. I'm really excited about getting started and I've really enjoyed getting all the messages and bookings from all of you. We have about 30 in our class at the moment, so a big warm welcome. Some of you I know personally, some of you I don't yet, but I'm looking forward to getting to know you. So this video is just a short introduction. Each week I'll record a short video and put it up. You'll also get an email with your lesson plan, so you can just print it out. It'll be 1 or 2 pages and I'll just go through it each week and give you a few pointers on the video, and then we can also chat about it in the Facebook group. So this week we're starting with strategy. So there are so many tools out there and I know I am even overwhelmed working in this field. So the goal is to get an idea of all the different tools that are out there throughout this course and understand at least the basics of them and decide whether they are right for you and your business. Most of you run your own business, so we will have an angle of using social media in a business, but most of this is also valid to using social media personally. One point is that a lot of you want to separate that business and personal life online, and we will be covering that. So this week with strategy, I am really passionate about social media, and it's a bit funny, I kind of fell into it. I started working in the travel industry when I left school, loved it, travelled a lot of the way around the world. Back then, social media wasn't really even much heard of. I think it was MSN Messenger I chatted to a lot of the people that I met, and one of them ended up becoming my husband, a Dutch man. And then I moved to the UK for about 2 years, and I then moved to the Netherlands to live with my now husband. And I started studying a Bachelor of Business in Marketing. And funnily enough, in the 5 years I studied that degree, which I did online through Open Universities Australia and Swinburne, I ended up with a Bachelor of Business majoring, a double major in marketing and tourism, and we barely covered social media. And it was only a few years ago when I graduated, and since then social media has just skyrocketed in business. I've worked in marketing for quite some time, but all of my clients since I started my business Zestee a few years ago now have always wanted to work with social media, or it's been what I've recommended to them because they've worked with very low budgets and wanted to get their message out to a lot of people. So in most cases, social media was a really good way to do that. It offers a lot of really wonderful opportunities. I've grown my own business online using all these tools, and I've worked with a number of different organisations, both not-for-profit as well as individuals, learning how to use it to communicate with friends and family. You can really make the most of it if you understand why you're using it, how often, and which tools you want to use, because otherwise you can get a little bit lost out there. It's a bit of a trap. You can log on and mean to just do 1 or 2 things, and you can get a little bit lost out there in the social media world. I'm sure you can identify with that. So this worksheet will help you gain a bit of focus, and I know that a lot of you are at different stages in your experience of social media already. So we've got a mixture in this class, mostly absolute beginners to more intermediate users. So we'll cover all of those skills in this course. Don't be afraid to ask any questions on the Facebook group. Just come and ask, and the best thing is just ask them, because either I will answer them, I'll introduce Molly in another video. She'll be taking a couple of the classes. She's another social media specialist that I work with, but there's no stupid questions, and whatever questions you have to ask, some other people will need to know the answers as well, so feel free to ask them and we can all help each other out. The objectives of this first week is to understand what social media is and the importance and the place within your business or organisation. There are some of you out there, or many of you doing this course this time round, that run your own business. So you are the organisation, but then there's bigger ones. For example, I currently am the social media manager for Expatica. So we've got a much bigger team and I need to work in with other parts of the organisation, and it's good to learn how to do that as well. If you have a social media strategy, you're probably in the minority. Not a lot of people do yet, and you will by the end of this course. That is the beginning of it right here. You can consider which tools you're currently using. In the sign up that you did, you went through and ticked different ones that you're using, and we'll talk about those. Identifying and overcoming the challenges and concerns that might be blocking you is a big one. When I tell people I work in social media, it's pretty amazing. People either love it or some of you hate it. And it is definitely not going away anytime soon. And what I've found quite interesting is the people that hate it are often the ones that don't understand it. So they'll have security or privacy issues, and all of the major tools have ways of tackling those issues. And finally, learning to find help when you need it is a big thing because things change really quickly. So we'll talk about how to ask for help, where to find it. There's a number of activities that you can work through this week. Now, this is a super flexible course. I have 2 young children who are 3 and 5, and right now have gone to bed, so I'm listening out, but it's all pretty quiet downstairs. And I have planned this to be very flexible, so it's up to you to work through the activities at your own pace, and please just ask for help when you need them. So I'll put a list of them, work through them, come and ask questions when you need to. The questions to consider are things to think about. So work through them, you can come and discuss them, you can just think about it in your head, you can write answers, and this will get you thinking on the track that you need to be. The social media strategy on the back. Now, if you run through this and just look at, sorry, I'm looking down here, I'm reading my own notes here. The social media tool and planning documents there, just go through with your current understanding, tick whether you have them already, whether you need to create, and your thoughts. And we'll keep coming back to this through the whole course, and by the end, this will be the basis of your social media strategy. Policy and procedure is a big one if you work with more than one person. And even if you're working on your own as a ZZ payer, as we call it in the Netherlands, or a sole trader in Australia, where I'm from, it's good to have a written document about how you're going to go about your policy and procedure. We won't go into that in too much depth in this course, but it's something to think about, and I'll put up a blog post that you can look out for that. And finally, business and marketing planning. Social media kind of fits as a smaller puzzle piece. This was the inspiration for my Zestee logo here. And business and marketing planning and all of your social media tools all need to kind of spin and work together. Each different one is a strand. So when you're looking at your strategy and your overview, we'll go through each one individually, but from the bird's eye view to begin with, they all have to work well together. So that's enough for an introduction, I think. I've been a bit nervous and said I think and so a few times, but we'll see how we go along the way. YouTube and using video in your business is important. A lot of us are nervous about it, and I can definitely say I'm one of them, but having a personal face to deal with behind a business is also a definitely good strategy. So I hope this has been helpful. Please come over to the Facebook group and have a chat, or email me, renee@zestee.com, or go to zestee.com for more information. But great to have you with us. Love your feedback, positive or not so positive. It's great to hear what you think. Thanks.